Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We're talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets.
What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to see them beating them at least.
World champions!
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go, here we go.
I would have guaranteed that AJ would be the one that wants to dump it on Sirianni.
Let's see.
And Devontae, and sneak your way.
Uh-oh. Good move there.
Oh.
Great maneuver.
A little okey doke.
The best shower Nick Sirianni will ever have.
Oh, there was a video? Because I didn't see nothing. Okay, so everyone, welcome to, I was blind. I had a black screen. Everyone, welcome to another edition of the Philly podcast. My name is Eric Perugini. This is Chris Lahiff, and we're brought to you by the Broken Bell Network. On today's episode, we're going to recap the first game of the season against the Dallas Cowboys, and then we're going to get into some other stuff of I don't know, apparently the league is giving Jalen Carter preferential treatment, which I find hysterical. But, yeah, man, so that's where we're at. Eagles are 1-0. Hopefully going to be 2-0 by the end of this weekend. So, Chris, how are you?
Doing good. Bryce Harper just hit a home run. The Phillies are winning 9-1. Eagles are 1-0. Like you said, they won 24-20. It's really... we can talk about the game, but it's at the end of the day, the Eagles are 1-0. Jalen Hurts, I think you posted it, completed like 86.2% of his passes. He was the highest completion percentage. Two of those passes were throwaways, so we didn't take sacks, and one was a drop by Saquon. Didn't turn the ball over again. And I think he commanded that team. And I know AJ Brown had one catch for 9 yards, and people were trying to create stuff, and it's like he's not falling for it. And good for AJ, they're winning. Like I saw a tweet somebody posted out like, oh my God, AJ Brown is with the Eagles until he's 33 years old, and he's got Jalen Hurts as his quarterback. AJ Brown has three 1,000-yard receiving seasons, All-Pro 2 times, 2-time NFC champ, 1-time Super Bowl champ. I don't think AJ Brown feels sorry for himself. I could be wrong.
No, not at all. And look, this whole thing, it's just this narrative again about Jalen Hurts. He's just a different style of quarterback than your typical quarterbacks. He doesn't need to have these gaudy numbers through the air. What counts is he wins games. And, you had a good game out of Saquon Barkley, but he wasn't the difference maker. You didn't have you had one catch out of AJ Brown. He wasn't a difference maker. What did Devontae Smith do? Was he a difference maker? I mean, the team literally won this game on the back of Jalen Hurts. That's how it went down this past week. And people need to stop with this narrative on Jalen Hurts. He just wins games. I mean, look at his college career. Look at his resume. I mean, yeah, he lost his starting job in one school, went to another school. What did he do there? The guy just wins. Who cares if he's not quote unquote elite in the eyes of some people? He's a Super Bowl winning MVP of the Super Bowl quarterback that is on our team. I'm more than happy with it. I don't know about you, but I'm more than happy with it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me anymore. Listen, and I'm not going to change anyone's opinion on on Jalen Hurts. They're going to say
Exactly.
he's not a quarterback, and that's fine. Listen, and I'm not, and I will debate you, but I'm not. I know I'm not going to change your opinion. If again, I can't imagine if the Eagles repeat this year. It's going to break a lot of teams. It's going to break a lot of social media again. But social media. I haven't seen social media. I haven't seen Twitter or X. Other than like today, unfortunately, with what happened in Utah, and when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, like the arguments and that are going on, I've never seen this before, and I actually do try to stay off Twitter because it's so toxic, which is funny because it used to be Facebook that was toxic, and now Twitter has just gone. They just gone batshit crazy. Obviously, the big story of the night was Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott, and there isn't one Philadelphia sports fan who was like, "Oh, he shouldn't have got kicked out of the game." We all were like, "That dude's got to go." Like we didn't feel sorry for him. It was an immature move. We're past it. We're moved on. The Eagles did their thing. Like, the Eagles, listen, the Eagles got lucky by pulling out that win. I know, CeeDee Lamb had 3 drops. All right, cool. Dak, Jalen doesn't get thrown out of the game. Quinyon Mitchell doesn't drop the 1 interception. I forget somebody else dropped another. Like we gotta start holding on to the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
Adoree,
I mean,
Adoree Jackson looked like Michael Jackson in coverage. Michael Jackson
dude,
now.
He was beaten like a wet rug. He was terrible. I think I posted on Facebook like the stats of our secondary, what they gave up during that game, and dude, it's freaking unreal. Like I wasn't worried about the defense going into the season until we played and we have no CB2.
Yeah, and I listen. I'm in agreement with you. Adoree Jackson. Right now, he's not the guy. We don't know who the guy is, but also in his defense, we also didn't have the guy who disrupts the line. Dak had extra time to throw. And like I said, Dak being Dak, and CeeDee being CeeDee, they just couldn't. There's just something about them too as players. Like they don't have. I don't know what it is, and I actually feel sorry for Dallas fans when it comes to these two guys because this will be realistic. Dak's a really good regular season quarterback. CeeDee's a really good regular season wide receiver. And something just happens in times when you need the game to be won, you need the game to be taken over. And I feel like they just can't get it done at times. I'm sure it can be, but I feel like at times it can't be done. And I don't know what it is. I wish I knew. I wish I knew what it was. But you don't see Jalen Hurts right now doing it in his 5th year in the league, right? 21, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. His 6th year in the league. Dak's in his 10th year. Like, we got to stop giving Dak a pass. I know he's our boy, T. Parsons, friend of the show. That's his boy. But, like, I don't know what it is. And the Micah Parsons trade, man, that didn't – when was the last time you saw Jalen run around crazy like that against Dallas? You don't have sound coming out. I don't know why. Okay. All right. So you do what you got to do. So, obviously Micah Parsons gets traded to Green Bay, goes in, has a great game against whoever it was. Oh, sorry. whoever, he had a great game against the Lions and chased down Goff on the sack. And, here we are with Jalen Hurts playing Dallas Cowboys, and he's running around like crazy. You don't really see Jalen Hurts running for a touchdown unless it's a tush push or a quarterback draw. He runs, but he doesn't run that much. So I don't know what else there is to him. But Kenny Clark did help with the run against the Eagles. I'll give him that. I think Saquon averaged like 3.2 yards. They averaged 2.2 when he was in the game, and when Kenny Clark wasn't in the game, they averaged 6.6. That's huge. That's big. So you can't do that. Let me see something. Give me 1 second, guys. You still don't have sound. It's weird.
I still don't have sound.
There you are. You're in. You're good.
Yeah, I was like, I should have sound right about now. I was like, oh no.
Welcome back.
So, all right, that's good. So
I was talking about talking about Jalen Hurts running crazy, having the night of his life with no Micah Parsons chasing him down. I'm sorry. Listen, you know me. I talk football. I keep it real. We were always Team Micah. We had his brother on the show a bunch of times. We were always Team Micah. I'm glad Mike is not on the Dallas because now Jalen Hurts is like, woo, woo.
yeah. I mean that entire. Oh man, I thought about that the entire game. We were down for the weekend. We were down in Wildwood, and we got down there Thursday night, and we were listening to the game on the drive down. And thank God for that bogus lightning striking or whatever it was. Thank God for that, for the delay, because we got down, got into our place, and we went right straight to Number One's Tavern, and the place emptied out after that delay. So it was like 3 of us and like 4 other people, including the bartender. It was great. We're just sitting there yelling at the TV. It was awesome. So we got to watch the rest of the game at Number One's.
That's good. Where'd you stay at that in Wildwood?
We were at a place called the Shorewind Condominiums. It used to be a hotel.
No, I know what it is. Yeah.
Turned it in, yeah, and they turned it into all condominiums now. So it was a little 2-bedroom thing. And it was awesome. It was great. We were 2 blocks from the beach. And we went down there on, like I said, we got there Thursday night. Then Friday we hit the beach, and the air show was down there this past weekend. So we were watching them practice on Friday. So that was cool. But yeah, man, we were watching that game, and I kept saying, oh, thank God there's no Micah Parsons. I was like, I had with Jalen Carter going, I was like, he'd been having a field day.
Micah
he really
Parsons
would have been.
Micah Parsons is chasing down Mr. Jalen. But yeah, so we move on. We 24-20 win. Jalen Hurts 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, gets the win. Nothing sexy about it. I don't need a 300-yard passer. The Cincinnati Bengals just barely beat the Cleveland Browns 17-16. And Cleveland had 7 yards of Cincinnati had 7 yards of offense in the second half. So, and like I said, you talk about the drops and everything else, and our guys just don't do that. And I don't know what it is.
No.
I don't know what it is. And I we all know CeeDee Lamb's probably the 3rd best receiver in the league. Dak's top 10 quarterback, right up there with Jalen. But no, I'm not. There's just something about that just go for the neck, and they just don't have it. and like I said, maybe they will get it this year. Maybe with Schottenheimer there, they'll get it. But I really hope they don't. And somebody else just hit a home run. And Max Kepler just hit a home run, and it's 10-1. Jesus Christ! 2 weeks ago, Mets fans were telling us that the Phillies were cooked. They were coming for the division. They had a 3-game lead. It's now, if they hold on to tonight's game, the Phillies will have a 10-game lead, and the magic number will be down to 7. Ooh, please hold on to it. But yeah, so like I'm not worried about it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Now we move on to Kansas City, and I don't listen to sports talk radio. I don't, and then I go on and I stream a lot through my car. I don't have a radio in my car. I have Sirius XM, so I hook up the Bluetooth. I downloaded Odyssey, and then Monday I listen to Jason Kelsey because that's the time it comes on, and I actually don't mind the morning show. They're not the worst. And then Elliot Shore Parks comes on, and he's like, "This is okay to have an acceptable loss." When is it ever okay to have an acceptable loss in the NFL? Please explain it to me like I'm 4, Eric.
Never. There's never an acceptable loss. I mean, you can have a tough loss. You can have tough victories where you sit there and say, hey, I did not expect them to pull this one out, and they do. But a loss is a loss, and they're never good, no matter how bad your team is or how good your team is. It's a mark against it's just a mark, and it's terrible. There's never, I hate when people say stuff like that. I really do.
I just heard it, and I was like, I'm like, listen, I understand the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes, but they don't have their 2 top wide receivers. Like, what?
Right.
The Eagles should win this game by 10. And I'm like,
exactly.
I'm not. They now everything is switched to a 1.5 point favorite for them, but like they should really win this fucking game by 10. And I don't want to. And the Elliott Shore, I don't.
They are. Well, I mean, here's my thing. They really should win this game, and I'm not saying that they should win by a landslide. They should just win this game. They are the better team. Xavier Worthy isn't going to be playing, which is a big factor because that kid is a burner. I mean, he's not Tyreek Hill fast, but he's fast. He's close. But there's just certain things, man, where you think the Eagles should be able to beat this team. I truly believe that when they beat them in the Super Bowl, I think they broke them. I think the dynasty ended. And even though he did score a touchdown, I don't think Travis Kelce's the same. I really don't.
I'm kind of with you. Like, I don't want to think that they're broken, but if Kansas City comes out of this game 0-2, it's going to be a long season. Like they could, they could bounce back. They absolutely could because again, they still have Patrick Mahomes. But when you don't have 2 receivers like Worthy and Rice, and then you can have a linebacker and a safety creep up on Kelsey, and then you can play your corners one-on-one with what you need, and then you have probably the rookie of the year candidate in Campbell and Zach Bond out of the backfield with covering the running back. I don't know, man. I feel like this is like a 7. I feel like this is a touchdown. This might be a 10-point victory. I don't see it being like the Super Bowl, but I'm kind of with you. Like they very well may have broken them. Like they may have broken them, and it's not good for the NFL if Patrick Mahomes isn't. Let's be realistic. If Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce aren't winning, it's not good for the NFL monetary wise.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like we're at the point where it's no longer scary to say that Kansas City has Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. And I'm not taking anything away from Coach Reid. I love the guy, miss him here, but I'm just not that afraid of this team anymore. Like they showed that they could beat them, and they showed that they can beat them at will. Right. So I'm not afraid of. I'm just not afraid of them anymore.
I mean, they still, and they still have a couple good players on defense, Chris Jones, and all them. But and the Phillies are winning 11-2. Jesus Christ! I can't keep up with all the runs being scored. Phillies might score more runs than than the Chiefs will. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. For the love of God, I think the Chiefs are going to score more than 11 points. I could be wrong. But yeah, I just you had brought that up before, and I was like, nah. And then they did not look good against the Chargers, and if they come out and they look flat against the Eagles, because like you said, when teams lose like the way they did, dude, it was 40-6 in the third quarter of the Super Bowl. That hurts you mentally. Like take away the physical aspect of the game. When you're down 40-6 and there's 300 million people watching, and it's the fourth. Let me rephrase that. When it's 34-0 in the third quarter and 300 million people are watching you, I don't care who you are. That breaks you mentally. Like, in my opinion, they may have broken them. And not, listen, they got their 3 championships. Can it be our turn?
Yeah, I mean, I think I do. I think we're just totally getting to that point now, and it's going to be our turn. I think the Eagles are literally at that stage. They're ready to take that leap. They're ready for all of that, and I literally I'm just like, dude, it's just I'm prepared for it. I don't think the rest of the NFL or the fans are ready for it. I mean, the Eagles winning the Super Bowl literally was, I mean, it was great for the NFL, but for the fan bases around the league, absolute chaos. They're not ready for Philadelphia to be front and center for years. Not a flash in the pan 2017. They shouldn't have been there. They had no quarterback. No. They're not ready for the storm that's coming out of Philadelphia for years to come.
Yeah, and listen, we're not saying it's happening. We're saying if, we're the.
I should say if.
Okay, I just want to make sure I so that I can speak for Chris myself, and I can speak for Eric. We're not saying the Eagles are a dynasty, but they're the best team now that has a chance to be a dynasty. That has a chance to be the Patriots of the 2000s. That has a chance to be the Chiefs of the earlier late 2020s and all that. Like they have a chance. Things happen. You flew any given Sunday, but if I think people would really stop watching football if the Eagles ended up winning 3 of the next 7 Super Bowls. I really think they would. I think they'd be so pissed off. They would watch their team and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's God, I can't wait. I'm hoping to God that the Eagles have a couple more Super Bowls in the next couple of years. I really do, because I can't wait. I can't wait. All the talk, with the Dallas fans, just sitting there oh, wait, how many do you have? Okay. All right. We're catching. We're there. You guys always said catch up. Here we go. We're not talking about Heinz ketchup either. We're talking about catching up in the ring department. So it feels good. It feels good. For me, it does. And I absolutely love it. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And listen, we want it to happen. But
Absolutely.
so we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna stay on the Kansas City thing. Before we end the show, we're going to talk about Chiefs fans who are losing their absolute mind on social media. Would you like to lead the way with this?
That they are. That they are. Well, I mean, I want to know. I really need to understand their thinking when they're saying that Jalen Carter and the Eagles are getting like preferential treatment here. I need to understand this. Like you said earlier when we first got on, that we don't condone what Jalen Carter did. I mean, basically what happened was, and we saw the initial video where like, oh, what happened, and he spits on Dak. You're like, oh, dude, whatever. You shouldn't be doing that crap. I can't. You're an idiot. You're young. You're immature. Grow up. And then you see the other video that shows Dak like not spitting at him or on him, meaning Jalen Carter, but you can tell by the reaction that he got what he wanted. He spit down. Jalen Carter saw it. He looked at him. He said something, and then he smiles. He goaded him and goaded him good. Why do people think Jalen Carter got off easy? Because he's not getting another suspension, another game suspension, that they're considering the game that he missed, that he didn't play a snap, as the suspension? Is that why they're saying this preferential treatment, even though he's getting fined?
I guess
I don't.
It just okay. So I've come to the conclusion. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna go back to it. People hate the Eagles. There's no reason. Like, that's all it is. So you can't explain to me otherwise. Bill Romanowski spit on J.J. Stokes in the 2000s, and he didn't get suspended. Just come out and say you don't want Jalen Carter playing.
Yeah,
because he's the best player on the team, on the defensive side. Just say it.
Oh yeah, I know. It sucks. It was a stupid thing that happened, but he's going to learn from it. I guarantee he doesn't do it again. Now, with him doing that that's the only thing that concerned me about the Eagles on defense. When Brandon Graham retired and Darius Slay went to Pittsburgh, you legitimately lost your veteran leadership. Like, who on that defense is been on this team more than 2 years? I mean, Zach Bond is a leader, and he's only been here for a year.
Yeah.
I mean, so you really got to.
Yeah, like I said, there was no one to slap.
I mean, Jordan Davis.
Yeah, and like people were saying that, Jalen was in the huddle. He wasn't in the huddle. He made eye contact with Dak. Dak knew what he was doing, and it happens. It happens. They talk shit to each other. Football is an emotional sport. I get it, but you're an absolute idiot if you think he should have been suspended for another game. For a game. Let me rephrase that. Don't even take away the part that he got kicked out. If you think he should have been suspended for another game, you should never talk football on any kind of social media. If you think he should have been fined $1 million, you should never talk football. Like, you're being ridiculous, for a Chiefs Twitter page to tweet out certain players on certain teams get special treatment. It's unbelievable. How do you tweet that out with a picture of Jalen Carter? How?
Well, here's the other thing that I didn't bring up. They're saying he's getting preferential treatment. This is the same guy that people vilified over a car accident when he wasn't even the driver. So, I mean,
it's easy just to.
I mean,
I got
that's not preferential treatment. Like, people didn't want him in the league because of that. I mean, but that's legitimate truth, though. People didn't want him in the league because of that. They felt he should have been ineligible for the draft. And and we got him at 9. Awesome, game changing acquisition at the draft. I just don't understand. I think it's just people getting annoyed because, like you said, it's the Eagles hate.
Yeah, 100%. And I respect it. You hate them, you hate them. I don't care.
Oh, I don't know if you read. I don't know if you saw this or not, but off topic, real quick. Cowboys cornerback Bland to miss multiple weeks with another foot injury.
Yeah, that's crazy. He did it at practice, and they had Clowney in. I think they had Clowney in today, but they said they're probably not signing. He's probably not signing, so it's just
probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the Chiefs. So yeah, I agree with you. How a Chiefs page, a fan page, could tweet something like that out. Like, what did they really want? Like, what was so? Like, if I'm not mistaken, is this the first time anyone's gotten fined over spitting on someone?
No. Bill Romanowski got fined.
I've never heard it before.
But this is the first time someone's got thrown out of a game. And that's another thing is
I always forget about Romanowski.
He was an animal. Bill Romanowski was an animal. But for you to sit there and call for
the absolute animal.
If you're sitting here calling for a Jalen Carter additional game suspension, you're an idiot. I don't know what to tell you. Tyreek Hill was breaking 2-year-old arm when he was on the Chiefs, and nobody batted an eye. So I don't want to hear it.
No one said a word. No one said a word. So I mean, and quite honestly, go down. Yeah, I was just going to say, go down the list of names that are associated to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think you actually posted that today somewhere. I think you put that in a tweet.
Yep. You know me. Got to be a dick. Yeah. The kid paid enough. He got embarrassed on national television. Leave it be. Leave it be. He forfeited his game check of $57,000. Let it go. As Elsa would sing from Frozen. Let it go. It ain't that deep. He got suspension. So let's switch gears a little bit. We did our Eagles talk. We did our whoever talk. Let's talk about the team who is supposed to challenge the Eagles for, a Super Bowl appearance. That would be the San Francisco 49ers, who lost George Kittle to a hamstring injury. Now they're saying Brock Purdy not play Sunday. The 49ers can't have anything nice.
And Brandon Ayuk, he's been put on the PUP list, so he's not available till week 6, I think.
Yeah.
So
that's just
they're in some trouble. They're in some trouble. They're seriously might have to go with Mac Jones.
Oh.
Mac Jones.
So then you'll like this one.
And okay.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go.
No. No, I was going to say. So it's like you're losing one of your top wide receivers. You're losing your way overpaid quarterback, which means a heavier workload for the already fragile Christian McCaffrey. So I mean, anyone right now who's in fantasy is if you got Brian Robinson Jr. as your running back, be prepared to have him start in the next like week or two.
Yeah. So this I played a $10 9-leg parlay last week.
Oh boy. Okay.
I missed it by 2 legs. I had Mike Gesicki
Okay.
getting 15 yards. He had 14.
Oh,
Hold
that's
on.
a killer.
I had Jamison Williams with 30 yards. He had 23. I'm glad it was 2 because if it was 1 and it was because Mike Gesicki didn't get 15 yards, I may have driven to Cleveland. It's like a 12-hour drive and set that goddamn stadium on fire.
Oh, that's too funny, bro. That's too funny.
I was livid. Livid.
So real quick, was this series with the Mets a 4-game series?
Yep, they play tomorrow night.
Okay, so the Phillies won big again tonight, 11-3. So they win the series. But God, wouldn't that be beautiful? They could sweep them tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait to go watch. My favorite thing about the Mets losing, and especially the Mets losing, is guys go look up Frank the Tank from Barstool Sports. He's the best. Did you ever see his tweets? You ever see him?
Dude, I've been watching him for years. Like I don't know how he still has glasses.
That's a good one.
Ben, he's like chewing on me. They're never gonna win another game.
No,
Fat pig.
That's hilarious.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I do watch his stuff. I find him hysterical because, like, I think a lot of times it's forced because you can tell when he like starts a recording and he's like just standing there, sitting there, and then all of a sudden he's just like freaking out and his blood pressure's going through the roof.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah,
Too funny.
I got a video. Hold on. I gotta pull it up.
Oh boy.
This is the other day. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, man, do your thing.
Motherfucking motherfucking son of a goddamn motherfucking, they have no fucking horn, nothing, fucking goddamn motherfucking Jesus fucking goddamn motherfucking shit. They have everything, it fucking sucks, you goddamn fucking, they're not gonna sing on the praising them fucking goddamn no horn. I wanna fucking see how the fucking heads roll. When they let know you fucking suck.
It's nice to know that Tyler is our Frank, but a lot more woo.
Well, I mean, he sounded like a really beat to shit Rocky Balboa right there. I didn't understand one freaking word he said. I didn't understand one word he said.
I think I understood.
I heard fuck like 3 times.
That and Lindor sucks. Other than that, I don't know what else you said.
That. I didn't even hear that. I was just like, fuck, rah, 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 fuck, rah, rah, rah. Lindor sucks.
So tomorrow night, Washington and Green Bay. Who do you have? Who do you think wins that?
I'm going Washington. I'm taking Washington. I mean, I know they beat the Giants in week 1. It's the Giants, but Green Bay should give them a little bit more of a game.
They're fucking
even though I'm still not sold on what's his name? Jordan Love. I think he's terrible. But I mean, he's better than Russell Wilson at this point. So I think Green Bay is going to give them a much better game. So it's going to be a tougher matchup for them, but I do see Washington winning.
All right. I gotta share one more video since we're
Go for it.
Since we're talking about Washington. This is E-Rock's video.
Hey everybody, big news coming out of Washington, right? This email went out this morning. I'll give you an opportunity to read it real quick. Ready? Take your time. I just want to send a very heartfelt and sincere congratulations to the Washington. They're trying to do it with a straight face. Relax. Congratulations on selling out your home opener. Imagine sending out this email the day before the game, bragging about selling out the home opener, and in the same breath, calling them the best fans in the NFL. What are we doing? But hey, look at you, you little go-getter, selling those tickets. You're the best fans in the NFL. Look at you. You know what? I'm proud of you. Give your hair a little tussle. You go get him, champ. Actually, can't call you champ. We're with that part for you. And hey, to commemorate this momentous occasion, hold on, I got your present. Hold on a second. Ready? I got your cookie. And when you come back up to Philadelphia for another ass whooping, we'll show you what a real home field advantage looks like. Hey, everybody.
Like, just like, it's like, oh my God.
Let me give you a little tussle.
Little tussle on the hair. And then he gives him a cookie and starts eating it. Oh, I love E-Rock. He makes me laugh so much. Oh,
I don't get on the show. He's funny as shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I got nothing else. I think we covered, listen, these shows are easier to do.
I do have one.
All right. Well, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I feel like these shows are easier to do with like a recap. It's like, oh, they did this, they did that, they did this, they did that. You talk about the next week, and then if you're like 33 minutes in, you're like, oh shit, we got to come up with more content. At least like during like the off season, it's like, oh, we can talk about this, we can talk about this, we can talk about this. I swear to God, if Howie makes another trade, my head's gonna explode. I will say that.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I was going to say the last thing that we could actually talk about is the Tank Bigsby trade.
It's a good trade. I mean, I love it.
I thought it was
don't know
great.
about you. He's a third round pick.
I think he has started games in the NFL last year. He had 8 rushing touchdowns. So he obviously there's something a little more to Will Shipley than what is being reported. I don't think if it was more than like a one game, I don't think they'd make a trade.
Nah, he's probably out for 4 to 6 weeks.
And I don't think AJ Dillon Yeah. I mean, they're saying it's an oblique issue, so that to me that's a rib. But yeah, I don't think that they're definitely not sold on AJ Dillon as the backup, or else they wouldn't have made this move. And quite honestly, this pushes AJ Dillon. Like once Shipley's back healthy, this pushes Dillon to like the 4th on the depth chart.
And that's not
like I said. Like Bigsby has starting experience.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with AJ Dillon being 4th on the depth chart if Shipley comes back. Just because you have Tank Bigsby, and it's insurance. If something ever happens, it's a good insurance policy. But yeah, Howie doing Howie stuff, and
absolutely.
Like I said, I know Adoree Jackson starting Sunday, and he looked bad on Thursday. But like Vic Fangio is Vic Fangio. He adjusted, and they scored 0 in the second half. 0. So, regardless if they were drops or not, they still scored 0. The Eagles won the turnover battle again because Jahad Campbell's a goddamn animal. That's your boy.
Yeah, he is. That if I go and get another jersey, that's the jersey I'm getting.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's
Jahad Campbell,
yeah,
my man.
yeah. I guess that's really it. I mean, we really covered everything. We covered the Eagles, we covered the Chiefs, we covered the Cowboys, covered the Parsons trade, we covered the Phillies absolutely shitting on the Mets this series. We covered Campbell, we covered Bigsby. I think we're good. You got anything else you want to say? Give a little thank you to people. Find somebody to sponsor us.
Uh,
83,000 and counting.
Well, I mean, we're at 15 million views on our Facebook stuff. So I mean, we're trying to build up our YouTube page on the Broken Bell Network. But yeah, man, like we literally have 83,000 followers on Facebook. That can turn into some. There's got to be somebody out there that wants to sponsor a kick-ass Philadelphia Eagles podcast and basically have the network go along for the ride, because that's what we're going to be. That's where we're going to be going off of. So, yeah, man. So if there's people out there and anyone that's going to be watching this, or will watch a broadcast, or listen to it on podcast version on a version on Spotify. You know, I mean, I could have died and gone. I could have gone to heaven after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, pearly gates with my 100 virgins waiting for me. So, so yeah, no, yeah. I mean, we're looking for sponsorship. You know, anybody wants to like sponsor, like I said, a really great unscripted 100% with real fan emotions, real knowledgeable fan emotions and reactions to everything. Because let's face it, we still don't understand how there's people that get paid to do this for a living, and we're just here yucking it up. So,
yeah,
man. Other than that, man, I'm good, man. Thank you for the people watching. We're brought to you by Broken Bell Network, which is our network. So of course we give ourselves a shout out. So, yeah, that's all I got though, man. So it's
all
like,
right. So
thank you for watching, and go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds. I will add this little tidbit before we go out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Orange and Black starts Friday with Jamie Pascal from Nitty Gritty.
Yes, the Orange and Black podcast it starts this Friday. Due to I want to say some scheduling conflicts with people, we weren't able to get people to link up. He's going to be doing at least the first show is going to be like a rebroadcast, but I have a video for him, a starting video, like an opener for him, which I'll have to send to you. I thought it was pretty damn funny. I thought it was good, actually. But yeah, Jamie's going to be doing a show for us. He's from FlyersNittyGritty.com. They are a credentialed website, and they follow the Philadelphia Flyers. And I believe they follow some of the minor league affiliates as well.
Yeah,
But they put out some great stuff. We're going. Yeah, what you call it? Jamie sent me today an article that he put out on FlyersNittyGritty.com, and I posted that to the Facebook page on Broken Bell Network. So if you want to read up on that, if you're a Flyers fan, no Flyers fans that want to find a new outlet, look no further than Broken Bell Network. Partnered with one of the best out there, and this Friday he starts the Orange and Black podcast hosted by Jamie Pascal.
All right. Well, that's a good promo. I'm glad you did it. And I'm gonna take us out, guys. Thanks for joining us. I'll be back on Tuesday at 9 with the Hall of Fame Club Phillies podcast, and then we'll be back on Wednesday for the Eagles podcast, Philly podcast, which by then could be up to 85,000 followers. But without them, without you guys following us and commenting and giving us the engagement to help build our page, this podcast doesn't help. This podcast doesn't exist without you guys. So we appreciate it. With that, go Phils, go Birds, eventually go Flyers. I know the preseason starts soon. We'll see about the Sixers.
Yes, it does.
So,
yeah, we'll see.
Yep, I'm taking us out. See you.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets.
What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to send them beating at least.
World champions!
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go.
It's always a big.
I would have guaranteed that AJ would be the one that wants to dump it on Sirianni.
Let's see.
And Devontae, and neither way.
Good move there.
Oh.
Great maneuver.
A little okey doke.
The best shower.